Sometimes it amazes me that the last great First World War film that I'm aware of was 1979's All Quiet on the Western Front, and that's a remake of a film from the 30s. I mean, yes, in 2018 we did get the incredible They Shall Not Grow Old, but that's a documentary, which you should see as soon as you've finished watching 1917 on the biggest screen you can find. Subtle hint there as to my opinion of this masterpiece. On the other hand, I can understand why I can count the number of World War I films I've seen in the cinema on one hand, and I've lost count of the Second World War films I've seen, because where it can be argued there's a certain level of moral simplicity to the Second World War, the First World War happened, in the immortal words of Blackadder, because...
But the real reason for the whole thing was that it was just too much effort not to have a war. You see, Baltic, in order to prevent war in Europe, two superblocks developed. Us, the French and the Russians on one side, and the Germans and Austro-Hungary on the other. The idea was to have two vast opposing armies, each acting as the other's deterrent. That way, there could never be a war.
But this is a sort of a war, isn't it, sir?
Yes, that's right. You see, there was a tiny flaw in the plan.
What was that, sir?
It was bollocks.
As such, cinema tends to have left it very much alone, which makes films about arguably the most pointless and counterproductive conflict in human history quite interesting to watch. I mean, not that it's hard to watch a Sam Mendes film. The guy has an eye for making certain shots and moments looking like works of art. I mean, pretty much half of any Sam Mendes film was so beautiful that you could pause the film, print the image, and stick what comes out on a student's wall. And 1917 is beautiful to watch, with occasional moments that took my breath away. One moment involving planes is worthy of Hitchcock himself, and... thanks to this film's shooting style, it's claustrophobic, tense, exciting, thrilling. The camera feeling like you're actually there with our two heroes, observing their struggles, their trials and tribulations, their moments of hope and despair, as well as wondering which classically trained British actor with an afternoon free is going to turn up in the next cameo. It's a fun drinking game and pretty much the only light relief this film has. Although, the rather impressive cast list isn't what everyone's talking about, nor is it like to be the fact that this film has a lot of amazing practical effects, or that they literally built almost a mile of trenches and our leads aren't just going up or down the same 200 yards of set just with loads of different extras. No, everyone's talking about the fact that this film looks like it's one continuous unending shot.
Yeah, looks like.
Yeah, unlike 2017's Victoria, which literally was one shot including multiple locations, genres, as well as multiple driving and action scenes, this is merely edited to look like one continuous shot, making it more along the lines of Hitchcock's 1948 classic Rope or 2014's Birdman. Whereupon we're actually watching 10-minute scenes mostly seamlessly blended together. One at the beginning of the third act is about as subtle as someone turning off a light switch. The characters aren't exactly for the ages either. It was only when I clicked on IMDb that I realised our two leads had names, and no one else actually made it into my notes because I was too busy spellbound by the actual film itself. Quick tip, less notes equals better films. I was too busy enjoying the experience to actually write stuff down. The plot's very simple as well. Two young British soldiers during the First World War are given an impossible mission. Deliver a message deep in enemy territory that will stop 1,600 men and one of the soldiers' brothers from walking straight into a deadly trap. There are obviously no flashbacks, no monologues as times of the essence, no scenes of the generals far behind the lines. It's simple, streamlined, and perfect. You get a sense of this war from the ground level, a glimpse of what it must have been like to live in that time of location. It's claustrophobic and tense. I mean, yes, I have no idea what anyone in this film was called. Yes, the single shot style made it seem like everything was right next to everything else. Yes, I wasn't sure about the whole saving brothers subplot. It doesn't really add anything, and saving 1,600 lives is surely enough motivation without adding in the possibility of an uncomfortable Christmas when you get home. Yes, it was amazing. Mendes just keeps getting better and better, and this film is surely one of the greatest achievements in cinema in the last few years. Its use of actual sets and practical effects makes this feel more realistic than the best CGI can ever hope to do. The single shot draws you in from the first frames and never lets you go. It's arguably the best war film I've seen since Saving Private Ryan, and could be the best First World War film ever. See this now, and then watch They Shall Not Grow Old and realise the folly that was the war to end all wars. So I definitely think you should drop everything and see it now, but what do you guys think, and what is your favourite film about the war to end all wars? Comment below, let me know. I'm Daniel, it's been a dunking. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe.